In my morning readings this morning, it was kind of an interesting topic, and it was essentially that people don't do wrong or are not uninformed of their own free will. And it really came back to um, what Jesus said that, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And it got me really thinking about the way that the world is right now and the political discourse and I guess the divide that we find ourselves in, especially here in the United States, that you can't, you know, anything is going to be, well, did a Democrat say it? Oh, then it must be terrible or it must be great. Did a Republican say it? Oh, it must be terrible or it must be great. It I can't remember who it was that they did like a study or something where they gave a quote, and depending on whether they said it was the comment was said by a Republican or a Democrat, the the commentary on it, the opinion on it went one way or the other. And I just find it really interesting. So let's talk about that. I want to do the intro and then we'll talk a little bit more. Welcome to my journey of self-discovery, life balance, career success, and business creation. This podcast works to answer the question of how successful professionals like us stop drifting and get focused on keeping our careers and businesses growing rapidly while having a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love. What we call the Third Power Life. And this is the Third Power Life Podcast. So at the company I work with, we have a culture that we talk about. And there are a number of different subjects that you talk about, talking about like mood elevator and uh, assume positive intent. It's this kind of thing where, constantly keep yourself moving up the mood elevator. So you stay curious and try to, be positive, right? And the other big one that kind of goes along with this is assume positive intent. And it is my experience because, I have some pretty strong, political, social beliefs. And I find that these days that's a that could be a challenging thing. Either you believe in science or you're believing stuff that you read on YouTube, or, it's I saw this on the news, therefore it must be right. I saw this on Facebook, and therefore it must be right. And the reality of it is that, I I've had some really interesting conversations, very heated conversations with people about various issues that are in front of us, whether it's abortion, whether it's, you know, equal rights, whether it's racism, what have you. And there are times when I just like, I cannot believe that this person is so horrible, right? And I have that thought. And the reality of it is they are coming from their reality. It's the truth that they know. And so when you assume positive intent, when you look at things from the where they're coming from, that their world is being threatened, the country that they know is being threatened, you can kind of understand where they're coming from. They don't understand the challenges that they're facing, and the truth that they know is based on the media and the things that they're consuming. And I've been there myself. I've been where I was listening to very polarizing news, and realized later on in life that that's just not it's not reality. The reality is so much more nuanced than it's us versus them. And we have to find a way to forgive people and to understand that they're coming from it from their own truth. And I have a real hard time with that sometimes, because for me, truth is not subjective. Truth is objective. Facts are objective. It's the reality of the world is science works, and these are the facts. There is concrete truth. Your interpretation of it, okay, but I have come to the point where I forgive people that are, in my estimation, just very, very wrong, and are accepting things as true as that they're being told, even though that's not the reality of the world in which we live. But I know that they've got a good heart. And so I know a lot of people are unfriending people because for different political beliefs and all of that. I try very hard not to do that. There have been a few occasions where I have done it. Um, but usually it's because it's just so incredibly over the line that there's not any doubt. It's like I just don't need that. So what I would tell you is to understand that people have different beliefs and to be forgiving of the person. Don't be, don't let it change your perspective. I always like to keep an open mind. I will listen, but most of the time it doesn't make any sense. So forgive people. They know not what they do. And just as I hope that those out there will forgive me when I know not what I do. So anyway, that's my thought for the day, is that try to put yourself in other people's shoes, see where they're coming from, and forgive them when they don't know what they do. That's it. Have a great day. I'm glad you enjoyed this podcast. Please let us know what impacted you in today's episode. You can join our Discord or Facebook community to connect with like-minded people that want a real Third Power life. You can go to thirdpowerlife.com or look in the show notes for links. And remember, hit that like, subscribe, and rate button for the Third Power Life podcast. Until next time.